Everybody for being here today. Sorry it's under these circumstances. I'm Marty Hott. I manage the communications for United Cooperative Services. We serve parts of 14 counties, from cities from Mansfield to Meridian to Stephenville to Cleveland. But what we're focused on now and what we will be focused on for the foreseeable future is Palo Pinto County and Possum Kingdom Lake area and getting the power back on. That'll be our primary focus. Now, throughout that process, we will be communicating to you on a continuous basis. That's an objective for United, not just in a disaster situation, but also on just a continuous priority for the co-op. That's what co-ops are about. What our plan is today is to provide you with where we're at today, talk a little bit about our plan for getting the power back on, and also what you can be prepared for over the next days, weeks, and possibly months. With us, we have a number of United staff, and they'll also be able to answer some questions. We will stay here as long as you want and give you the answers as best we can under these circumstances and what we know today. At this time, I know you guys want answers, and hopefully we'll provide the answers. I know they're not always going to be what exactly you want to hear, but it's going to be factual. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Ray Beavers, our CEO.
Thank you. Well, first of all, I'd like to say on behalf of all the members of United and probably any person who has known what's going on, to those of you who've lost property, those of you who have experienced the devastation of something like that, our heartfelt condolences go out to you for that, because I know there's nothing like that. And also, at the same time, we want to say a special thank you to all of the individuals who worked so hard to prevent this disaster being really worse than what it really is. And that's all of the hardworking firefighters and everybody that supported the firefighters and their efforts. It's awesome the job they do, putting their lives on the line for that. And also, don't want to forget the two people that lost their lives in fighting these fires, and those who have been injured. Our prayers and our condolences go out to them and their families. When we're talking about property here, folks, and we're talking about convenience of having electricity back to our properties. That's kind of minor when you look at the scope of everything. But it's still a very major problem, major issue. I know you want to know about it. What this disaster has done several things. It's really changed the lives of a lot of people, and it's hurt our economy in this area as well. So that is what we're focused on at United. First of all, let me tell you about a cooperative. If you've never been a part of a cooperative, we have nothing but your best interest in mind. And that is taking care of you in a very safe way, in a very productive way. And I want to tell you too, we have some of the most trained individuals that they're trained from the time they step into the doors until they get this opportunity. And this is what they live for, being able to use this training to help the folks out in the area. Now, I also want to tell you one other thing. We're going to have a lot of people here. Just get ready. Come Monday or Tuesday, we're going to have people from probably 7, 8, maybe 9 cooperatives in the surrounding area. You're going to see trucks. You're going to see wire pullers. You're going to see us almost rebuilding our entire system. Now, let's talk about what we're dealing with right now. We have about 180 miles of line that's been affected. It's taken us about 50 to 60 years to put the infrastructure in. And of course, we're going to do our best to get it back in the shape that's going to be safe for you and something that we can rely on from this point forward. We're not going to just come in and temporary anything, because that's not the right way to do it. I wish we could, but we can't. Now think of this 180 miles as a series of extension cords put together. And you start at the substation, and you've got all of these extension cords stuck together. It may be just fine from the substation, maybe for 20 miles, then you have a mile of devastation. Well, that's a total disconnect from the people on down further from where you could say extension cord has been unplugged. So we're going to have to focus on what we'll have to do is focus on each extension cord. We call that our backbone. That's our feeder lines. We're going to have to focus totally on that as we go. And in the process, as we're working through that, if your house is located on here and we can make a connection, we will be doing that at that time. Then as we get further down the line and are able to get all of the extension cords put back together at the end of the line, and that's where we'll focus finally getting everybody back on. Now, kind of put things in perspective. This area around Hog Bend right here, you have real devastation right along. Several houses have been lost right along that area. Our line that comes through in that area comes through a pasture, more or less, that's going to be very difficult to get to. And we're talking about solid rock. I think one of our guys was telling me, he spent 1 day setting one pole, 2 days setting one pole in solid rock. But what we're going to be doing, we're going to be sending several crews right in there. We're going to be rebuilding the infrastructure. All the houses, there's several houses here that are destroyed, but we have several houses that are still there. That's going to be one of our most difficult areas. I'm starting off right there. That's going to be one of our most difficult areas to get all the power back on right there. Sportsman World, that's another situation that we've lost some of our main feeder lines that are coming in from this direction right here and back in that area right there, that we're going to spend quite a bit. That's going to take quite a bit of effort. And there's a lot of homes in that area have been lost, but still there's a lot of homes still standing. But we feel like these two areas here are going to be the hardest hit, and it's going to take us more time to get those areas on. Now, as far as let's see, the other area was Gaines Bend. That is quite a bit of damage is done there. We feel like we can expedite that probably a little sooner than we can in these other two areas. I'll get into time frames in just a second, because I know that's what everybody wants to know. Now, as far as the rest of our service territory, it looks like it's in pretty good shape. No major problems in that area. Hills over PK. Our guys, we've had guys out there now checking the underground system there from the heat and seeing how much problem is going to be dealing with there. We think maybe a good chance that's going to be on this evening and maybe tomorrow. So our guys are really focused on there trying to get that done. Now, presently we have about 1,000 people without power. We have about close to what we thought at one time was going to be close to 2,000 poles that were destroyed in this fire. And we were just our engineers were estimate that from the amount of damage that was going on within some of the areas. But the fires went so fast that a lot of the damage we were expecting did not occur on these big creosote poles. So therefore, our estimate now, instead of about 2,000, is about 500. So that really changes the game plan a whole heck of a lot. Yesterday, I would have told you maybe a month, 6 weeks. Now, our whole goal is have everybody we can have on, everybody still has property before Memorial Day. So that's the big rush for PK Lake and the economy here. That's going to be our goal. Now, let me tell you a couple things that could happen in the meantime. We've got to work this safely because it's still very fragile in this area from a fire standpoint. So we're going to have to be very careful from that standpoint. Also, our guys just got through recovering from 2 tornadoes, and they are wore out. So we're safety among our, and I think everybody here would say, take a few extra days if you have to keep the guys safe. I don't think any of us want to see something happen to one of our linemen. I've said the linemen are the greatest people in the world. I tell you what, they've worked hard. They're working hard right now. Matter of fact, they're used to coming in with mud on. They're all coming in with black, this was soot. And we're making them go home to rest, or they'd still be out there 24 hours. I always say the greatest people in the world, they're just not housebroken. That's what I tell them. So that's kind of our game plan. Let's talk about time frames. We think that, again, Gaines Bend, we're going to be able to attack. It has a feed from a different direction. We're going to be able to attack and have it on. And hopefully that's going to be all put together in 3 weeks, within 3 weeks. Hopefully sooner in some of the areas. Hog Bend, we're talking about that's probably going to take at least 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. As well as Sportsman. We think as far as Sportsman's World and Hog Bend, we could probably have those on about the same time, according to the estimates of our engineers. Right now, we have bulldozers that are clearing the paths. We have areas where the poles are still good, but the heat was so bad that it destroyed the conductor, the wire. So you may see the poles as the ground and say, well, how come we don't have power? Well, we're going to have to restring all of that wire. And as far as transformers, probably close to 1,000, if not more of those, maybe even more of those have been destroyed. Of course, all the metering equipment, that's been destroyed from the just heat of fire. The thing that I'd really like to ask of you is really two things. Number one, if you ever get back, when you get back to your property, treat all electric lines like they're hot. Don't take a chance with anything. That's just something that, if you got any questions, call us. We'll come out and double check and roll it up. But most of this electric line that we are concerned about is on the ground. We're getting it rolled up right now and getting it out of the way. That's one of the things that emergency management people ask us to do is go through, clear everything out. And we've had to knock down posts and we've had to take down a lot of line because of the fear if you were to walk around it, there's a chance it could had fallen on you. So I'm not saying everything is 100% safe. We feel comfortable that the areas that we have combed over are going to be accessible. I think the second thing I'd like to ask of you, what we're going to do, we're going to do everything we can to communicate with you. That's the whole purpose of this. I want you to know as much as we know when we know it. And things may change as time goes on. Go to our website, the United Cooperative Services website, and what we're going to have daily postings on there. We're going to have maps, and I'm asking the guys to show we're about to get what we have turned on and where we're going next on the map, so you'll know exactly what's happening. And I guess the last thing I'd ask you, if you had any questions, please call us at the office. We're going to have our PK office. We'll have our office number available. You can contact us via the website. Let the guys work. Support them. Whatever you do, support them. They're out there for you. And you get a chance, do like the folks did here. I know you will. They need a drink, help them get a drink or whatever. Just understand they're sitting there working for you. If there's any questions or any problems you might have, please come and let us handle that here because they're going to be totally focused on getting the job done and getting it done safely. I guess the process, I'll just finalize this by telling you the process you go in restoration. The first thing you do in restoration, you have to go in and assess the damage. You don't just go in and start fixing things. You can't in something like this that has to be put together so well. Our assessment stage is still going on. We were able to put a few holes in the ground that we knew that we're going to get people on sooner, but we're primarily doing assessment. And once you do assessment, you have to do clearing. This whole area is just like a war zone, so we're clearing all this area out, and once this is cleared out, then our guys come in and start staking it. At the same time, there is a rule that we have to follow, that we cannot bury a pole unless we get clearance from Big Test, which is a state entity that their job is to make sure there's no buried gas lines or anything like that. Gosh, we don't need another fire, okay? So that's going to take some time. So I just want you to know that if we're not out there putting poles in the ground, what's going on. Then after we're able to get all the clearance down, then the Army comes in, and that's when things start popping up, and that's when things start clicking. But we have to follow this process. I mean, this is the only way we can do it. I wish we could come in and flip a switch and it's all fixed. And I know you're going to be inconvenienced, and I know you've been through a lot. That's why we wanted to have this meeting with you today, just let you know we're with you, we empathize with you, we feel for you, and we're here to work for you. And anything you need, please let us know when it comes to your electrical service.